Good morning, pilgrims. It is day 14 on the Camino Francés in reverse, day 45 from Sevilla to Rome, and day 55 here in Europe. Yesterday, I had the best time with the people that I met. Oh my God, did we have a great time sharing stories? We really connected. If I was doing the Camino tour Santiago, that would definitely be my family because it was just symphony. And at 11 o'clock at night, the other pilgrims came and told us to be quiet because it was time to sleep. And that's how it goes. They snore all night, and they started waking up this morning at 5:30. By the time I, decided to wake up at 7, I was the only one in the room. Yesterday, I bought a new toothpaste, so you get an idea. Full size one lasts about 2 months out here. And today, I have a 25-kilometer day to San Martin, a town that I've never been before on the Camino, because I always take the Mazarife route, the alternative route, just to avoid the road. But on this Camino, I'm trying to do all the routes that I haven't done before. I am gonna head in that direction. I will be meeting there the people that are starting today in León. And this town has a bus station, it has a train station. So that's why yesterday I saw new pilgrims starting the Camino. You have different starting points throughout the way. You have the one in Sarria, you have this one, you have León, you have Burgos, you have Logroño, and you have Pamplona and Saint Jean-Pied-de-Port. Those are cities that are well connected with trains and buses to Madrid. Had breakfast at the Gaudi hotel where I was supposed to stay. Today was supposed to be a rest day, but I'm gonna continue on. All right, it was worth waiting here for the sun to rise to get a shot of this wall. Don't you agree? Let's go for it. This series is sponsored by Rejuvenate Advanced Vitality Cream. Moisturize your skin. Gentle, no irritants. Rejuvenate, where nature meets science. Who can forget this modern engineering marvel? The bridge that welcomes you to Astorga just to get over the train tracks. It's funny because in 2019, when I did the Camino Portuguese, the coastal route, when I made it to Santiago, I got on a train on my way to Irún with a couple of connections, but I flew right by here. And I remember seeing the pilgrims on the bridge, and then also the train cuts through La Meseta. So it's that train that you always see on your right hand side. I'll try to get it when I'm in that area to show it to you guys. And it was nice to, in a way, relive the Camino Francés, but in reverse. Who thought at the time that I was actually gonna walk it in reverse one day? There's Astorga. There's a snowy peak that we're saying goodbye to. I will not see mountains like that again until I get to the Pyrenees. I mean, I will see the Picos de Europa on my left hand side, but I'm not heading in that direction. Not until I do the Camino Lebaniego Vanidiense, which has been on my list for the longest time. I was actually gonna do it in 2021. I was here in Spain, I was actually in Santander, ready to go. And then there was a storm, and I had to ditch the plans, and I just took a train to Ponferrada, and that's when I did those three: the Francés, the San Salvador, and the Primitivo. Look at that, it takes forever just to get across, and they blocked off the access to do it on foot, of course for safety reasons. But yeah, let's leave Astorga and head out into the open fields. It's a little warmer than yesterday, but not by much. Here we are by this water fountain, this famous water fountain on the Camino, just as you approach Astorga. After you make that descent, that for me is gonna be a climb right now. I had to make it to the top where there's a cross, and when you get your first views of the city, for me, it will be the point where I say goodbye and where I have to make a decision whether to go left through the alternative or go right through the official one that's gonna follow the roads. I have done the alternative many times. I know what's there. I know that there's the La Casa de los Dioses, which might be closed now because of course there's not that much traffic right now, so maybe he opens up later on. There's also, let's see, the statue that's like at an angle that's been there for a while, the pilgrim statue with all the patches and stuff attached to it. There are a couple of towns as well, and then they join in Hospital de Orbigo with a famous long span medieval bridge where they used to do jousting tournament. That will be the halfway point of the day, and then we have another split, which is follow the road as I will do to San Martin, or make a right turn and go through Villar de Mazarife, which is what I've been doing ever since I did my first Camino. That one is more desolate, back in the countryside, and avoids the road at all costs. Let's go. Let's start climbing. Man, when I made my way down here on the bicycle, woo, that was a steep descent. I almost made it all the way to Astorga with that push. I took off my fleece jacket. Yes, I did, because it's warming up. Of course it is. The sun is out, there's no wind, and since the sun is hitting me frontal, it warms up my entire body. I guess when the sun is rising behind you, it hits your backpack and that takes the brunt of the heat. And yeah, I have to have my mask because I'm starting to get a tan, a massive tan. You know, after walking for so many days, 45 already, even hiding behind all these layers, I'm still getting burned. And let's not even talk about my hands, which are getting no protection. The pilgrim stand for sure. Yes, I made the right turn to follow the official Camino this time around. I know I'm gonna be next to a busy road and the alternative is much better, but you guys are always asking me for my opinion, and if I don't know it, then what good is it? You know, that's why I did last year the Camino Portuguese, the central route, because I had already done the coastal and I was constantly being asked which one was best. And I decided, let's just go for it, do the Central, and finally have an opinion, which I do have, but you'll have to check it out in this video up here. That was the last day on the Camino Portuguese where I did a recap and I gave my honest opinion of which of the two routes I like best. So today, it's gonna be next to the road, you know, it can't all be, you know, flowers and butterflies. We gotta have some days where I just like this. But at least we're not climbing anymore. The climbs now are more gradual. The meseta climbs that we know and love so much. But it's open. Blue skies, look at that, not a single cloud. Oh, wow. It warmed up really quickly. It was 6 degrees this morning. Yesterday was like -1. So I feel like it's gonna warm up as I get deeper and deeper into La Meseta. I may actually have to bring out the fan once again to keep me cool. And just checking out the weather forecast, there are no rains for the next week, which is just perfect. If I can just finish this Camino and only have maybe 1 or 2 rainy days and keep it at that, it will be the best. Because I suffer at the beginning, maybe I will enjoy it at the end. Busy road ahead. Oh boy, am I glad I took this path, the official path, just so that I can tell you to avoid it at all costs. I like the alternative much better. I can show it to you, not just tell you. And in the end, what do you prefer? Would you rather walk here or there? There or here? Here we are pushing through this highway using my umbrella, of course, and I just realized those hills over there are the first hills that you hit when you leave La Meseta and you start your gradual ascent to La Cruz de Fierro. So right there, man, that's the spot for me where the Meseta officially ends. And now it begins. We're leaving the mountains and we're entering the open plains. Everything changes within a week or so. It is noontime and no second breakfast or a stop along the way today because it's just been next to that busy road. But we have made it to Hospital de Órbigo, and without a doubt the highlight of the day, the bridge there. I think it is time to have a bite to eat for lunch and continue on the second part, which I'm getting the feeling is gonna be more of the same. Here's the split. I highly recommend you make a right turn. I tried having lunch in this town, but the kitchens don't open until 1 p.m. So instead I went to the supermarket and I had my first supermarket meal since a long time ago. So I went for a sandwich, ham and tomatoes, which was great. And I had my first Coca-Cola in a long time as well. The temperature's going up, it's 14 degrees already, and we're about to enter again the plains and following that busy road. Yes, there's no escaping it. Nice bridge, right? One of my favorite spots on the Camino Francés. And it is by this water tower where the two caminos split for me. They joined if you're coming the other way. And I really want to make a right turn, man. I really do, but I have a reservation in San Martín. And I also need to see this route because I've been pushing it aside for the last few years, for the last few times that I've gone through here. So yeah, by the way, today I've had 3 people ask me about why am I going in the wrong direction. The three have been locals. There was one guy sitting on a bench, another one on a bicycle for a morning stroll, and another one in a tractor by the side of the road. But as always, they want to know more. They want to know why I'm going to Rome, why I started in Sevilla, and what a crazy adventure I have in store for me. And I couldn't agree more. All right, I see the roads. We're getting closer and closer. Made it to town at 2:20. I'm here in this bar just enjoying a caña and some peanuts, facing this other bar, Cubano, and that water tower. I guess in this area, water towers all look like UFOs. And I'm staying in La Huella del Camino hostel, private one. I made a reservation by phone. I haven't called to confirm because it's only 2:20, maybe after 3, but it's a couple of blocks away. I just threw my backpack all over that chair. However it lands, it stays. You gotta play it as it lays. Gilmore? So here I am at the Albergue La Huella, where I checked in, and for the first time on any Camino, they have this little thing with a USB-C adapter for you to charge your phone, but I have so many things to charge that I'm so lucky that I brought my extension cord, and I managed to do an improvised line there and charge everything as fast as I could. And I just had dinner at 7 o'clock. I went for the limited menu that they had, which was pasta salad and then chicken with fries. I had red wine. And tomorrow we have a 25-kilometer day to León. We're going to follow the road all the way. As I mentioned before, I think the alternative is much better. And this place doesn't open until 9 o'clock. So I actually had to get a little lunch bag here, or a breakfast bag that I will be having, because I think there's not much support on tomorrow's stage. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow, but not before thanking, of course, the trail angel of the day, which today happens to be Andrew. Andrew, what was his last name again? What's your last name, Andrew?
Andrew Cooper.
Cooper. I met him here. He saw me when he walked in. I was in my bunk bed, and he called out my name, which is always weird for me. And he donated the other day. I thank you already. And then he bought me dinner and the breakfast. So, he's the first trail angel that's actually on a video. So you're first on this one on the channel. Unfortunately, tomorrow he's heading that way and I'm going the opposite way. So that's how it goes. But every day I keep meeting more and more subscribers, which is incredible. And I still got a long way to go to St. John Pied de Port. I made so many reservations today that I think I only have a handful, maybe 1 or 2. And then it would just be relaxing and enjoying the ride all the way to St. John Pied de Port. See you guys tomorrow. Say bye, Andrew.